Big Edition.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, DJ Shardanger.
And it's your boy, DJ Big Bopper.
And we are back with another late episode of Wave of the Planet. We're going to go ahead and officially apologize for being late today. It has been a week.
Yeah, it's getting near the end of our school year, and she's about to graduate, and I'm still trying to truck through. But
it's like getting towards like finals. Like we literally have a month of school left. I think you said your last final was on the 4th, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's the 4th, so you have a month.
I literally have a month.
I have 37 days till I graduate. Ooh, no, in 37 days from right now, I'll be a graduate.
Yay.
That's crazy. So it's just like, mildly stressful, but it's fine. We're fine. We're here. We're here for you guys. How's your week been?
It's been pretty stressful, Like we kind of just went over trying to get things.
The theme of this episode is stress, maybe stress and how to cope.
That meme where the dog's just sitting in the front or sitting at the table and his house on fire and he's like, everything's fine. It's fine. That's literally how I feel.
Yeah, honestly, same. It's like, there's so much stuff to do, but it's fine. It'll be fine.
What about you? How's your week, man?
About the same. I don't know. It's just getting down to the wire. I'm leaving. I'm graduating, and so it's like graduating, and then I'm gonna move, and so it's kind of just like, all right. I wanted to have this. I planned in my head. Okay, by April, I really said by the end of March, beginning of April, I want to have a job, and I want to know where I'm going. May, I want to have a lease signed. June, I'm gonna be financially ready, and then July, I'm gonna have a summer, move in August. It's April, don't have a job yet. So I'm kind of stressing out a bit, but I'm okay. I'm getting there financially where God forbid, I don't want to move and not have a job. But if I need to,
you'll be okay for a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm moving no matter what. So moving without a job is going to be scary.
Yeah, it's very stressful. Very, a little bit of the unknown. You don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly, but
at least you're preparing for it, so you'll have some money to fall back on, so you can just hang out. If you don't have a job right away, you can be okay until you get one.
Yeah, plus I'm also starting to realize that, this is it, and it's kind of okay, I need to take some time for myself. I need to do things for myself. Me and Kylie, I think she was on the last one, we're going to go to a baseball game next week. It's educational, so it'll be good for school and business stuff.
What game y'all going to?
A Rangers game. It's actually called Career Day with the Rangers, and so basically they send it out to the college students, and you get a private tour of Ranger Stadium.
Okay.
You get to hear basically people higher up in the office and talk about how they got there. You get your ticket. You get some Rangers bucks, and then you get the fireworks show afterwards and a ticket to the game.
Who are they playing against?
It's a really good question. I don't know, but I'm actually going to that game on Saturday as well for Val's birthday.
Oh, sweet.
So 2 Rangers games this
weekend. I think I watched
the
the Rangers Tuesday. They were playing the Houston Astros. So
yeah, that's what's going on right now.
Oh, okay.
Their series. So.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna watch the Rangers get beat by the Astros?
We'll see.
Sweet.
Songs of the week.
All right, I'm going to go. I know I've probably already used this artist once. It's going to be by Denzel Curry, but it's a cover of Bulls on Parade. So it's a Rage Against the Machine cover, and I just think he does a really good job, and it's a really unique perspective on it, and I just like the sound, and I like his voice, and I just like how it all goes together, and there's parts of it to where it's mostly the same song all the way up until the end, and he kind of has his own input on the song where he does his own little freestyle. And I think it honestly sounds really good. It's really enjoyable to me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to check this out. It's a Rage Against the Machine's Bulls on Parade cover by Denzel Curry.
Go in! Terror rage, stretching, quenching the thirst of the power dawn.
See that? See, I don't know. I like the unique take on it. I like his voice. I like how he kind of does it. I mean, I like a lot of his, I guess he's more of like a trap rapper, I guess. I like a lot of his music from that. So I saw this come up on my feed on YouTube, and I was like, okay, let's check it out. And they got a bunch of different ones. They have like A$AP Rocky covers, Redding sitting on. And then there's a couple other like rappers where they cover a lot of different rock songs. And I think it's just really nice. I like it. I like to get that different perspective of it. And I like covers. So, and I like Denzel Curry. I like Rage Against the Machine. So that's my song for this week.
Okay, I like it. I like Bulls on Parade. It's a dope song. Like, I remember playing this song on Guitar Hero.
Of course.
So, which is where a lot of Bob's inspiration for his songs that we come from.
Oh, that's the only instrument I know how to play is the Guitar Hero. Like, I have every song on Guitar Hero 3, done them all on Expert. And I have actually, the only Guitar Hero I do not have is Guitar Hero 1, because I believe that was only on the PlayStation. But don't quote me on that, I could easily be wrong. And then the new one, which is the Guitar Hero Alive or something like that. And it's like, it's just different, it's weird, and I'm not a big fan of it. So, what about you, girl? What song do we have for the week?
Okay, so we're going to talk about her. Actually, I think we're going to make her first story, just because it'll be kind of relevant to what we're talking about here today. But Billie Eilish dropped a new album, and it's just different, dude.
There's a whole crowd of people out there.
The song that I chose from that album is called My Strange Addiction. It's just like, so her album, like I said, we're going to talk about it in a little bit, but it's so different.
Well, did you do the song You Should See Me in a Crown? Did you do that?
I've done that one before,
Okay,
yeah. So, like, I'm a Billie fan, for
Which,
sure.
to me, I've started rewatching Game of Thrones, because Game of Thrones is coming back up. We got,
Yeah.
I think it's like April, 14th, 16th or something like that?
yeah.
Is the new season's coming out, so I've been rewatching it, and I've heard You Should See Me in a Crown. I just think of Daenerys every time. But let's check it out.
My strange addiction, my doctors can't explain my symptoms or my pain, but you are my strange addiction.
I'm really, really sorry. I think I was just relieved to see that Michael Scarn got his confidence back.
Yeah, Michael, the movie's amazing.
It's like one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Deadly fever, please don't ever break. Be my reliever.
So, like, what I think it's funny about it, I watched The Office, so, like, it's got some, like,
okay,
Office
that's
stuff.
what that's from.
Yeah,
I was so
yeah.
confused.
That wasn't just, like, some, like, random YouTube ad or anything. No, that's, like, in the song, and at the very beginning of the song, he says something, he says, like, Billie, I haven't danced like this since my wife died. And it's like, what? But yeah, the album is super dope, and this is just a song that I don't know, I just like it a lot.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very vibey, real, like, I almost want to say kind of like lo-fi-ish, but it's not.
Yeah, and a lot of the songs are like that. Bad Guy is, like, crazy out there. There's a song called All Good Girls Go to Hell, so it's like, and then there's, like, When the Party's Over, that one, I don't think I've made that one my song of the week, but it's very, kind of, like, slow and solemn, so.
Didn't we get a new music from Ariana Monday?
Yes.
Which one was that?
Monopoly.
Okay.
I almost made that one it.
Oh,
Monopoly.
I remember that came out. You were watching the countdown, waiting
I
for
was,
live.
because it was like 4 o'clock is when it was going to drop.
And then it was 4 o'clock and it started, and then it was like 2 minutes. You're like, come on!
I know, I was like, are you kidding me? But yeah, honestly, I like it, and then she made that one with her best friend. So, but all right, well, do you mind if I do the first story then?
Go
Just
ahead.
because it's about Billie Eilish. So, When We All Fall Asleep is heading for a number one debut on the Billboard 200 chart, which
So is that the song or is that the album?
well, see, that's the thing. It's the album. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Okay, it's the Billboard's 200 album. So I was like, because the Billboard's Hot 100. But yeah, this is the album itself, which we've talked about before, how Drake's albums will go, like, platinum before they even, come out.
Yeah, because of the singles.
Yeah, exactly. So,
and I believe that also happened for Seven Rings and the Sweetener album as well, right? For Ariana?
Yeah, and so, like, it's not really surprising that that's what's going to happen here. But Billie Eilish is headed for a #1 debut on next week's Billboard 200 album chart.
And she's only 17.
And she's only 17. According to industry forecasters, those in the know suggest the singer-songwriter's new album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go?, should open atop the tally with over 250,000 equivalent album units earned in the U.S. in the week ending April 4th. So that's this week. If the set opens as expected, it'll garnish Eilish her first #1 and log the second biggest week for any album in 2019. This year's biggest week currently belongs to the debut frame of Ariana Grande's Thank You Next, which launched 360,000 units earned according to the Nielsen Music. So, and we know this. We remember when Thank You Next came out.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
I mean, she actually did end up having, like, the top 3 up in there.
Yeah.
Like, where they had to boycott one song to get the other one up there.
Yeah, exactly. That's
like,
how that works.
Dang.
The Billboard 200 chart ranks the most popular albums of the week based on multi-metric consumption, which includes traditional album sales, track equivalent albums, and streaming equivalent albums. And I think that this is smart because streaming is the way of the future for music, for sure. So I'm glad that that's thrown in there.
I honestly, I haven't really bought any CDs for, like, I don't know, 6 years. It's always, I'll buy their digital albums or I'll just stream it, to be honest. So I'm glad that they are tailoring that. And I believe, like, earlier this year we kind of had a story about how they were changing the classifications of, like, gold, platinum, diamond, and stuff like that because they're adding in that streaming into it. So.
Yeah. The top 10 of the April 13th dated Billboard 200 chart, where When We All Fall Asleep could debut at #1. So it's scheduled to be revealed on their website on Sunday. When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Was issued on March 29th via Darkroom Interscope Records. It's Eilish's second release following Don't Smile at Me, which peaked at number 14 on the January 26th dated chart.
Okay.
The set had earned 922,000 equivalent album units in the U.S., according to Nielsen Music. The album's songs have generated a combined total of 1.15 billion on-demand audio streams. Ooh. That does not surprise me because that was when that album is kind of what first made me listen to Billie Eilish. Not a lot of people, I don't know what really got people
honestly
into her. What was the first song of hers that you heard?
That I, like, heard and recognized and enjoyed, and I was like, oh, I could slap that song to the name, would probably See Me in a Crown. Like I said, like, I don't know, that one got stuck in my head, and then, I started watching the Game of Thrones, and I was like, dude, lyric for lyric, I was like, this is Daenerys Stormborn. This is literally, like, what?
Well, see, Don't Smile at Me came out in 2017.
So she was only 16?
15, 16, yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
It came out in December.
That's awesome.
Of 2017, actually.
I just hope she doesn't get burned out, man.
Yeah.
That's so young. That's awesome.
Yeah. And, like, I knew every song off this album because, I don't know, I listen to, like, different stuff. Sometimes I'll listen to alternative. And
I listened to it before it was cool.
Like, I mean, not to be that person, but I was. Like, I was listening to the song, like, Watch, My Boy, Copycat, I Don't Want to Be You Anymore. Like, I have all those downloaded from, like, 2017, 2018, like, early 2018. Whatever. Anyways, so, like, that's what got her name out there. And then she's had, like, Bellyache is done really well. Ocean Eyes, that one is a pretty good song by itself, and there's a lot of remixes to it. Blackbird did a remix to it that gained some traction, and so I think this album is going to be a good release for her. Obviously, you're going to sell pretty well, and then I don't know what of it is going to be on the radio. Bury a Friend, maybe. I think that one has been. I Could See My Strange Addiction. That was my song of the week. Be on the radio. Wish You Were Gay was a single that just came out. which needed some clarification.
Because it wasn't saying that she was wishing that another female was gay because
Yes.
she's a lesbian. She was
So-
more thinking...
So
It was-
basically, she had a crush on this guy.
Right, that's
this
right,
guy
yeah.
did not have a crush on her, and so and she explains it well in the song too. Like she didn't need to come out with an explanation, but she wanted to.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically, she's like letting everyone know like the song is about her like basically falling for this guy, and this guy did not like her, and it was just because he didn't like her. But she was like wishing that the reason that he didn't like her was because he was gay.
Because it
So,
would be
like,
a lot easier for her.
Yeah, to like deal with the fact that he doesn't like me because he's not into women. So, but yeah, like honestly, it's gonna be a good couple of weeks for her.
But now she can be like, look at me now, dude. What's
yeah.
up?
What I can say about Billie though, or just in general for people who get famous when they're really young, like I think success is success, and I think that you can have success at any age, but I think that for people who start off pretty young, I think they kind of like hit a wall younger than others. And I'm not saying that she's going to.
I hope not.
But no. But like I can definitely like there's this interview that she did, and it's like she did the interview, and then they gave her the same interview exactly a year later.
I was talking about that.
Yeah.
And she just seems a lot less happy.
Yeah. You said the light. She lost the light out of her
Yeah.
eyes.
And we'd seen this a little bit, like we had talked about Lil Xan.
Yeah.
He kind of seemed the same way. He, like
Yeah.
got famous young, and it kind of just happened. He was like not prepared or ready, and it's just like he just did not like it.
And I think that that's one of those things that not everyone is meant to be famous. I think
100%.
I think we've talked about it in the office a couple days ago, actually, how like not everyone deals with fame the same way, and how some people, want to do what they want to do or want to do what they like to do, but can't necessarily handle or don't want to handle the fame. So, I wish nothing but happiness on her. Like she's doing a good job right now. She truly is like herself, and like if you watch her music videos, you're like, what? But I applaud the like kind of person that she is, and like she stays true to herself, and I hope she keeps it that way.
And then doesn't she helps her with her songwriting? Is it like her brothers? Or?
Yeah, it's like her and her brother write all of her songs.
Yeah.
So she's very like I don't want to say family oriented, but like she keeps her homies close.
Yeah.
So
I feel like, man, we're gonna have a lot of good music coming from her. She's young, so she's got time.
yeah, for sure.
So that's that's good. I enjoy it. Like it's really different, and I like it.
Yeah, her album it just came out, and I liked it. I like it a lot, just because she's one of these newer artists who, like, I can listen to one of her songs and it be completely different from another one. But like, okay, this is Billie. Like, like it's not the same sound, but it's something that she would do. It's a Billie song,
Right.
so
Exactly.
I enjoy it a lot. It's enjoyable to me.
Well, going off that, like, new songs, new music, they just came
Lord
out.
Jesus Christ.
We're going to talk about April 1st. We had a new song drop by Emo G Records, which is Elon Musk's. And it's a surprise rap song, R.I.P. Harambe. And it came up, he uploaded it onto SoundCloud, and it kind of just went from there. I know it's on YouTube. It's, like, all over the place now. But Elon Musk, he combined a Twitter joke with a year-old meme and auto-tune into a surprise new song called R.I.P. Harambe, which the Tesla CEO uploaded onto SoundCloud this following weekend. And this might be his finest work, he says. And the SpaceX boss the sound of the track, which he posted on his fictitious Emo G Records, which is a play on the word emoji. In the SoundCloud page, between the tweets about the Tesla Semi, and then the play on the call back to a Musk joke. So from earlier that weekend, they kind of started to where he kind of reached out and he made the song, I guess, as our April Fool's joke kind of deal. But, I mean, he produced it, and it's thoroughly produced, and it sounds fun, I guess. The 2-minute track is a bouncy tribute to Harambe, the gorilla who was shot and killed in Cincinnati Zoo after dragging a 3-year-old boy who climbed into the enclosure in 2016. R.I.P. Harambe, and sipping on some Bombay, we are on our way to heaven, amen, amen. An auto-tuned voice sings throughout the entire song. So since it was uploaded early on Saturday, the song had been streamed over 250,000 times just Monday. So I believe it's at like 2.7 million the last time I had checked. Like
It's crazy.
Oh man, it's just fun. It's just funny, and I'm sure that that's not tallying up like YouTube and all the other ones. That's just off that SoundCloud. It's just I don't know. I like to think if I was that rich, I would do fun, stupid things like that. Like, it's just fun, you know.
To me, it kind of it makes me like kind of mad, but like not big mad, but just like so. I don't know, because the way I think about it is like. It's funny. It's a joke. I get it. But also, like, I don't know. I'm the kind of person who, like, I think about R.I.P. Harambe, and I'm like, yeah, for real, R.I.P. Harambe. But also, like, the thing about that whole thing is like, it blew up as a joke, but, like, it's not, I don't know. It's not a joke. It's, like, it is a joke, but it's, like, kind of a serious matter.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
It's like that same story with that girl. She, like, fell in. She was like leaning over to take a picture with a cougar, and she like leaned over the fence and like fell in. Mm-hmm. And like at that point, it's like, I'm sorry this happened to you, but I don't feel bad.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, and I'm like, they didn't have to kill him. They didn't have to kill Harambe.
I don't think he wasn't aggressive at all. Should have. I don't know anything about wild animals. I'm not even going to try to act like I do.
But when we cage them, not to be like a tree hugger here, but that's just like the whole thing to me. Like, it's not funny. It's
typically
like,
when they're in enclosures, they're not aggressive. They're docile.
Yeah, I know. That's my whole thing. Is just like it's just kind of like it makes me think a little bit, because I'm like, man, like like when people go into the middle of the ocean and they get attacked by sharks. Like, I don't think it's funny, but I don't really feel bad, because it's like, what did you think was gonna happen? You're in that shark's habitat.
It kind of just spread. I guess the meme could spread just because it was injustice.
But I digress.
I mean,
it's a funny song.
Look, I've seen Rampage, okay? If Dwayne The Rock Johnson can calm down that giant animal, I don't see why they don't have, like, handlers for it.
Yeah, literally, they could have just shot him with a dart and knocked him out. But it's good. He's dead. They didn't kill the jaguar or panther.
Cougar or whatever.
Whatever it was, thank God. So...
And so we had that. So there was the Miami's Ultra Music Festival, right?
Okay.
Well, the Coast Guard clamped down on a bunch of different illegal boat charters during it. Whoa. So the Coast Guard is cracking down on illegal boating and fishing charters, and has terminated several joyrides over that weekend around the area of Miami's Ultra Music Festival. On Friday, the Coast Guard ended the party for 12 people on part of a 55-foot pleasure craft, Sea Raven, and after discovering multiple safety violations, the Coast Guard officials have also forced another half dozen boats to end their trips Saturday and Sunday. So the fines for illegal boat charters can be hefty, and it costs around tens of thousands of dollars for various safety violations. The agency says it will seek out maximum penalties for people who are put others on risk through these illegal operations. But, like, look, if I want to be on a yacht watching this show, like,
I mean, I don't necessarily understand what exactly happened.
See, I don't understand why it would be illegal. I mean, the safety violations, I get that. But if everything's up to code, like, could you not just chill on your yacht?
What exactly were they doing? Just chilling on the yacht?
Yeah, I guess they were watching the music festival from their...
Oh, so they're mad because they didn't pay to get into the music festival, basically.
But they're on the water. It's not... They don't own that.
Yeah, also, they got a yacht, so they got money.
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing, like, that's like coming at somebody who lives in a high-rise near a baseball field and just watching from their apartment window or something.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and it happens all the time. I remember a couple years ago, we'd be watching football games, and one of my friends, he just didn't feel like going sometimes, so he would get up on top of the building and just, like, watch the game.
I've watched the Stros from a building, just...
Well, I'm talking about Tarleton, but not so professional.
Well, off of that, like, I've seen people... I actually had seen one from my dorm. Like, I just sat on the top and just, like, kind of, like, watched.
Yeah, and so I didn't know that there was actual, like... I didn't know that was breaking any, like, violations or rules.
Not only that, you have that, like, walkway where there's that chain link fence, like, right near where you can just sit there and watch. And, like, what? Okay, I'm not in the venue. I'm not using the amenities, so, like...
Yeah, exactly.
You know? They don't own the rights to the water.
That, and, like, you can... Oh, I was going to say that music festival. That's different, I guess. Because I'm gonna say with a game, like you can watch it on TV. So like but I don't know. It's different.
I don't know. I don't really know all the law and legalities for it, but from everything it says, they're going. They're basically forcing these safety violations. So I guess if it's all up to code, they can't do anything, or is that like a gray area, touchy area? I don't know, but I don't agree. Like I agree. Okay, if it's like out of safety protocol, I understand that. Like their boat's messed up or whatever, the drinking and driving or drinking and boating or whatever they're doing. Yeah, I get that. Close down on that. But if it's like everything's up to code and they're just chilling on the yacht, I don't really see if they can harass them about that,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know maritime laws, so I could easily be completely wrong on that, all of that. So
Probably. What's new?
That's true. But I don't know. Okay, so do you know Nipsey Hussle at all?
Yes.
So Nipsey Hussle, he was shot and killed outside of his Los Angeles store, and if you don't know him, he puts a lot into his community.
Yeah.
Like I know he had just built like a library. He put a lot of money into his area where he comes from. Like he's a real good person, and people people of LA love him. Like he's a good guy.
Even the Los Angeles Police Department literally said, like, when they saw that it was his name, he was like, I read the name, and then I read it again, and I said, no, this can't be, like, not this one. He was a good one. Like, he was a really good guy.
Which, I'm doing this story, man, I just got this update saying that the murder charge filed against the man accused of fatally shooting him.
Good. So
there's that. At least, so there's something. So, I mean, let me go read through this story. So, I don't know if it was prosecuted yet in this story, but Nipsey Hussle had died after being shot outside of his Marathon clothing store in Los Angeles Sunday afternoon, March 31st. And according to Los Angeles Times at NBC, and then it was later confirmed by the city's mayor. And he was only 33 years old.
Yeah, he's very young.
But Billboard had reached out to Nipsey's reps for confirmation of the report, and then 2 others had also been shot before the suspect had fled. So, though law enforcement officials could not immediately release the names, they confirmed the 2 other victims are in stable condition. A statement on the LAPD HQ Twitter recounts at approximately 3:20 p.m. there was a shooting reported in the area of Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard. 3 victims were transported to a local hospital where 1 was pronounced deceased. We have no suspect in info at the time. See, okay, so at the time of this report, they did not have anything, but they
He's been arrested and charged.
So. Luckily. Our hearts go out to the loved ones of Nipsey Hussle and everyone touched by this awful tragedy. LA is hurt deeply each time a young life is lost to a senseless gun violence. My crisis response team is assisting the families coping with the shock and the grief. In an earlier press conference, the LAPD said the investigation was being handled by as a homicide and that there was 1 male black suspect. Okay. So they did have a suspect at the time. It's now confirmed he is being charged with murder. And just before the shooting, Nipsey had tweeted, having strong enemies is a blessing. The rapper born Amias Ashadam opened his LA store in 2017. He released his acclaimed and Grammy-nominated debut full-length album Victory Lap in 2018. He performed at Warner Music Group's Grammy party in downtown LA in February 2019 with WMG owner Len Blavantic among the partygoers closest to that stage. So, like I said, terrible loss. He's a good guy. He put a lot to his community, a lot to his fans, and it's always a shame to see somebody die. It's just worse when it's a truly good person.
Yeah. So he has done a lot. Like, if you look at his, he's got a little bit of an acting career, and it's not that big. He was on like 3 shows. You look at his rap career, he had a couple albums. But his main thing is like his humanitarian work. Giving back to the community, helping people, yeah. Yeah, also, he's the one who released the FTD song. I can't actually blank Donald Trump. I remember that song. Song came out. But he's been like a really big social activist and things like that. There is speculation about the reason that he was shot, It's kind of a conspiracy theory, and you know me, I'm not like super big believer. But this one I do believe is kind of true. He was starting a documentary about Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was the doctor who, I don't want to like, basically cured AIDS.
Okay, yeah.
Because like you've heard rumors about it. Basically, he cured AIDS, and he died. He was killed. I believe.
No, that was
well.
through maintaining like a specific diet, right? Mm-hmm. That he had found like cured AIDS and a bunch of different other ailments.
Yeah, and see, like the thing,
like lupus, I believe, was one of them, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
And so yeah, he basically he was doing a documentary at the time about how all of the things that Dr. Sebi had done.
So basically, they think that because of that, he was gathering all that information that people didn't want him to see or know or discover, so they basically put a hit on him.
Yeah, like it's not confirmed that he cured it, HIV, herpes, or anything, but
speculated.
Yeah, it's speculated. He is not even a doctor. He is just an herbalist who is very strong in his beliefs, and basically he believes that he's cured these things. Now, do we know if that's true? No, because we have never.
Plus, I'm sure it would be buried.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I don't want to get too like conspiracial or whatever, but like it's one of those things. Like, if we had a cure to cancer, do you actually think the government would? Yeah, he's doing the Illuminati symbol right now, but it's like for real. Like, if we had a cure to cancer, do you think that they would actually, release it? Because if you think, and I'm not trying to be like anti-big pharma or anything, but like curing cancer versus
like
having cancer,
making
you pay for chemo, going into remission with the thought that it may come back again, that's more money. And I'm not saying that the government's money hungry and all this, but
no, I'd seen that in a movie where they like basically said that. I can't remember what it was, but it was like.
And I'm not a big conspiracy theorist, but there are some that I'm like, yeah, I kind of believe that.
Yeah, there's some things that's like kind of just like out of nowhere, things pop up, and like, with modern medicine,
There's this song called Drug Dealer by Macklemore. Yes, I said by Macklemore. But it's a really good song. He basically talks about how he became addicted to drugs. He was addicted to opioids and stuff like that. And how it escalated because it starts with like a headache or you're having like some shoulder pain or whatever. Right. And instead of like exercising and working it out or doing, other natural things that will help you, you're just prescribed these pills. And these pills will get you high. And then you're always chasing that high. And when that doesn't do it for you anymore, you go to something stronger and stronger and stronger. And so, not to say, F big pharma, but like there's just certain things that like I'm not really pro drugs per se.
It's a lot. Like, they'd be like, okay, like let's for instance, lupus. Like the drugs to combat lupus, like their side effects are almost as bad as the disease itself.
Exactly, and there's a lot of drugs like that where it's like you can take these drugs, but your side effects.
And like that's been around for so long. I don't understand it. I don't. Hopefully, I mean, it would make more sense than if it was just a random like stroke of violence, because that would be.
Yeah, and it's like. That's why it's like he was such a good guy. This seems so random, but he did have like connections to Dr. Sebi. And so Nick Cannon has now come forward and said like, I'm going to continue his work. And I'm pretty sure he was making a documentary. So Nick Cannon said he's going to finish it and he's going to continue his life's work. So we'll see what comes out of that. And we'll definitely, when that doc comes out, let you guys know if I'm still here. If we're still here,
I'll watch the documentaries at least.
Yeah, for sure. At Firefest. Whatever. I'm a busy woman. Maybe tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, thank God.
Okay.
So I might
I work 8 to 5, no big deal.
Honestly, I was supposed to, but my boss was like, you have too many hours this week. My boss on the weekends. I was like, okay. So But
well, I want overtime, but whatever.
honestly, what else we got?
We got a little bit on. I see the Rolling Stones over there.
Okay, Mick Jagger. So, like, I'm not gonna call the Rolling Stones old, but they're all,
They're at least over a half a century old.
Yeah. My mom's over a half century old. Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice.
So, they're getting up there, basically. They've postponed their upcoming North American tour due to unforeseen medical treatment for Mick Jagger. Mick Jagger has been advised by doctors that he cannot go on tour at this time as he needs medical treatment. Representative for the Stones said in a statement Jagger's medical condition was not detailed, but he's expected to make a complete recovery. In total, 17 dates spanning from Miami's April 20th stop to July 29th in Ontario will be rescheduled. Well, and the good news is they're not canceling it; they're rescheduling. So it seems like the outcome is going to be good.
Well, it seems like it's like an ailment that he can recover from and will be good to go. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. I don't think they really disclose too much.
Yeah, at this point, it could just be like a flu or like a strep or like something like it. Like, okay, April to July, that's like 2 or 3 months. But it's also like, as you get a little bit older, your immune system gets weaker. So it's like, okay.
You want to make sure you're good to go before you try to do it.
Exactly. So I'm devastated for having to postpone the tour, but I'll be working very hard to be back on stage as soon as I can. Mick Jagger said in a statement. So it said original tickets for the North American tour will be valid at rescheduled shows. Fans are encouraged to hold their tickets. So basically, they'll come out with a new schedule. When they do, they'll let everyone know. Keep your tickets because that'll be your ticket into the new show. So
okay, well, good. That way, at least if you had your ticket, you're good to go. What about I wonder if they're going to reimburse the people that that was that time that they had scheduled for it. Now they can't go because they got work or something. Is there something set up maybe that way?
I think what they'll probably do is do refunds, and then it's don't refund if you're going to actually go.
Yeah, and then they'll sell those tickets to make sure that people that want to go can go. Yeah. That people want to go but can't go now, maybe because of conflicts with scheduling or whatever. So. Yeah. Curious. I really don't know how they handle all that.
I mean, I've always wondered how they handle rescheduled shows, but
just get yelled at by fans for nonstop
for being a person.
Refer them to the crisis hotline, please.
Honestly, truly.
But what else we got? Because I got one more story, but it's a little bit happier, so I want to hold it for the end.
Is it? Okay, let's see.
Well, it's happy to me anyway. I think it's good.
Okay. Well, I got sad news. So let's make them happy as we bring it down a little bit. The band Hers, the Liverpool duo, they're dead after getting into a car accident. The band Stephen Fitzpatrick and Auden Lotting were traveling to a concert in Santa Ana at the time of the accident, and they're the only members. They died in an automobile accident along with their tour manager, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce his last name. Trevor Engelbrechtston, I think. The incident occurred yesterday, March 27th, so obviously in March, while they were traveling to a concert in Santa Ana, California. The group's record label, Heister Hit, broke the news on a Facebook post, and they said, "We're all heartbroken. Stephen and Auden were on the second tour of their North America, playing 19 dates of sold-out shows to a fan base that adored them. The pair were on the UK's most loved up-and-coming bands. Their energy, vibrancy, and talent came to define our label. As humans, they were warm, gentle, and hilarious. Each time they stopped by the office made for an uplifting experience. To say they were close would be an underestimation of a friendship that was genuinely beautiful to witness. They loved one another like brothers." They released their debut album, LP, Songs of Hers, in 2017, and their follow-up album, Invitation to Hers, arrived last year. And they were in the midst of a tour behind their latest record. So it's always sad. We have a lot of death today, but it's always sad to hear. I think especially an up-and-coming group.
And they're young, too. And it's just I've heard a lot of their stuff. It sounds good. It's more that kind of indie style.
Yeah.
But it just sounds, from everything I've read about them, it's terrible. Like you said, they had 19 sold-out shows.
Yeah. And when I think of that, because they're an up-and-coming group, I can't, I guess you could call AJR, my favorite band, and I just, think about them when I talk about it, because they are an up-and-coming group, and, they have sold-out shows, they may be a group that not a lot of people know their names, but, they have such a,
dedicated
crazy,
fan base.
Yeah, crazy, super close fan base, and, that's what I think about them, and that always makes me so sad, because it's, as a fan, you see the potential in their music, and you're like, gosh, this album was so good. It's not going to get any better. Like, how do you make songs better than that? And then they release another album, and you're like, oh my gosh, like I love this so much, and it just like sucks to have that taken from you.
And I don't know, we kind of go over that, like, I don't know, when we lost Mac Miller and he wasn't done.
Yeah.
Like, he has a lot of time, a lot of still to say, and I feel like the same thing with them. Because, I mean, they sound, everything that I've read about and everything I've seen, they're just genuinely good people. They were just making music for the love of music, for their fans. They didn't really care about anything else. They just wanted to make their fans happy. And they felt like they could do that through their music, and that's what they wanted to do.
And they came to America to do a tour, and like, you know, got into a car accident.
And I can't remember. I thought I had read. It might have been incorrect, but it was like a drunk driver or something. I don't know.
I think you said something about that,
but
which is even worse.
Like, do we even have to say like don't drink and drive? Do y'all not know that yet?
Like, that is completely preventable. You do not have to drive every time you drink. I don't.
The Ubers, taxis,
Honestly.
Lyft. Like, it's on your phone. It's like what, $3 to get home safe? Okay, I'd pay that.
I mean, even if it's 14, I almost paid $26 for one in Austin this weekend. Why? Because I don't care. One of the girls was like, "Okay, this Lyft is
my life isn't worth $26."
This girl was like, "It's gonna be $14. Will you guys Venmo me?" And I'm like, no, I'm not going to Venmo you. I'll pay for the one home. Like, it's not a big deal because it's worth more than my life. And
exactly, yeah. Or it's not worth more than your life.
Yeah. It's worth it. Yeah, it's worth it to pay $15 to make sure you
know that you're going to get home safe.
She spent more than that on Tito's.
Because you're not even endangering. Okay, you're not even only endangering yourself. You're endangering others.
Exactly, and that's the most selfish part about, like, when people do drink and drive, because drinking and driving is selfish. That's just what it is.
Don't ever think, oh no, I got this. I do this all the time. Or no,
it's not. It's really not worth it. Stay alive.
Definitely. Look, they got Lyft, they got Uber, and I'm sure they got taxis still in here. Like,
we have taxis here.
Yeah, we got Taxiville. Like,
yeah, Stephenville. We have Uber. We have Lyft. We have Taxiville. We have DDs like me. There's
and
no
we're
reason.
A small town. I'm sure, like. There's no
I don't know when the last time we had a drunk driving accident. I think it's been a while. I haven't seen one on the news or anything in a long time.
Which is good.
Yeah,
people
I'm
are
very
learning.
Glad. But they're trying to make Stephenville a wet county. I don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, economically wise, because like think about all of
businesses in town.
Okay, but think about like all these college students. All their money is going to like either Granbury or I don't know what town is going east on Washington.
Yeah, I think economically it's probably a smart decision, but I think that it's not a good decision. Just overall, I don't think it's a good decision.
I feel like they're going to get the alcohol regardless.
Yeah, okay, but I like the fact that I don't mind that I have to go to Granbury to get it. Because here's the thing, because when you start making it easily accessible, especially to like these 18-year-olds who are getting it, like my neighbors, dude, they're so loud and obnoxious.
See, I don't think that way because I guess I'm just really old and I don't drink that much anymore.
Like, there is an age difference between
like
me
once
and Bob,
you hit,
and it's slight. But
I feel like once you hit 21, definitely 22, you're kind of over it.
Once you're in that downslide of 21, drinking is not like everything anymore. It's like, okay, I can do this.
I need I need to get a hold of my life. What am I doing?
Yeah, it's like for me now. It's like drinking is like maybe I'll have a beer with dinner, but I haven't drank in a while. Yeah. I drank this weekend. But before that,
well, even when I drink,
like a couple weeks.
Like I'll drink like a beer or a margarita or something, maybe once in a while. But even then, I'll make sure I'll wait like an hour to 2 hours, before I even think about leaving.
Well, and it's like my neighbors across the hall, they're super super loud all the time. They party literally every Tuesday and Thursday. The cops showed up like twice to like shut them down. They're minors. They're all minors.
Of course.
Well. Last week, cops were like at their apartment and like walking through and everything, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know what happened, but
get them."
Sounds like somebody about to have to move out. But anyways, yeah.
So, if you don't have those noisy across the hall neighbors, you get rent a little house like me.
I have noisy upstairs neighbors too.
I don't.
You know what?
I got a nice little quaint little place. No more apartments for me.
I just don't want to have to furnish a house right now.
That's understandable. Like I got a lot of free things given to me. So like You need to come check out my new house. Like
I will.
I got a lot of stuff is mismatched as of right now, but it's because it's a lot of free stuff. And as I make money, like every paycheck, I'm like, okay, I'll
Set
buy
something
this.
aside and buy. Yeah.
I'll buy this. I'll buy that. So like it might not be the prettiest thing right now, but eventually, like by the time I graduate, I plan on having like a fully furnished house. To when I move, like I'm ready. I can move into a house. Like a small little starter home.
There you go. That's a smart way to look at it. I'm more of a free bird, so I'm like, okay, I'll live in a furnished apartment. I'll probably move 3 more times before I settle down.
I'm more of a free bird. I'm going to go to Colorado, and if I don't have a job, I don't have a job. I'm just going.
You know what? I want. You make me sound like I'm so unprepared. I'm applying for jobs. I promise. It's just like a process. Anyways, what else we got?
I'm not saying that you're unprepared. It's just I'm anxious for you, is what I'm trying to say.
Look, everyone is saying that, and I'm like, you don't think that I'm anxious?
Look,
I am one of the
are.
most anxious, stress-filled, just nervous people on the planet.
It's okay, because I know you got this. Okay?
Thank you.
You got this.
Thank you.
Okay, well, Herb Ritts, photos of David Bowie, Madonna, and more is going to be exhibited at an upstate New York museum. So the work of the famed celebrity and fashion photographer Herb Ritts is going on display it's going to be at the Fenmore Art Museum in Cooperstown. And so it opened up Monday, April 1st, and it's going to be going through Labor Day, September 2nd. So Ritts was one of the world's most famous photographers in the 1980s and the 1990s, and when he became known for his elegant portraits of supermodels, rock musicians, and Hollywood stars. So the Fenmore exhibit is going to be organized by the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, and it includes Ritts photographs of such music icons as David Bowie, Tina Turner, Bruce Springsteen, Paul McCartney, Bob Dylan, Prince, and Madonna. So
Wow.
Ritts died of complications from AIDS in 2002. And that really kind of surprises me. I felt like when we lost, we had talked about, I felt like when we watched Bohemian Rhapsody, we had talked about losing Freddie Mercury, and that was before they came out with the medicine to combat AIDS,
Yeah, and it doesn't even it doesn't cure it. It doesn't make it go away. It kind of just hopefully stops the symptoms.
But I just feel like just in 2002, I don't know. I haven't heard many people dying of AIDS in the 2000s. I knew a couple, or I heard of a few in the 90s, but not so much in the 2000s. So I was just kind of.
Yeah, that is kind of. It's because we don't even really think about AIDS being that big anymore,
right?
Because we know it is, we know that it's big,
but we have
a cure,
or we have medications for it.
We have medication too, and it doesn't. People aren't. Well, I mean, they are, but it's not as common to hear of 20-year-olds, 25-year-olds to die of AIDS.
Well, that's because they have, if they catch it early enough, they can stop it when it's only. I don't know if it goes from HIV to AIDS or what it is.
It goes from HIV to AIDS.
Yeah, when it's an HIV, they can stop it now.
I have a friend
keep it from going into AIDS.
I have a friend whose boyfriend has. I think he has AIDS. I don't know if it's HIV or AIDS actually, but his viral load, it's undetectable.
Oh, okay.
So I don't mean to get graphic, but he will not. As long as they are safe, he does not have to risk getting it.
Okay,
And you can, it does get to, if they catch it soon enough and you do the medication and it works for you, it does get to the point where even bloodborne illnesses, stuff like that, even if they were to share blood, not, you know what I mean, just in general.
Be a blood donor or something.
They wouldn't let him, but it wouldn't be detectable in his blood. So technology has advanced that much that we just don't even think about it.
Yeah, because it's it's not like cancer where it's uncurable.
Yeah,
that we know of. So I mean,
since it's just kind of, and the medication doesn't really. I guess
it's kind of like polio. You think of somebody dying of polio, and then you're like, bro, polio hasn't been a thing since the '60s.
Yeah.
So,
and I mean, it's still a thing, and it's still around.
It
it's
still
just
is, but not in America where it's a first world country.
Well, no. I'm not talking about polio. I'm talking about HIV and AIDS.
Oh, yeah.
It's just very you don't think about it as much of a killer anymore because
Because
people
of all the medications
People
in
live
it.
with it every day, and
Exactly.
it's like some people you don't even know, you can't even tell.
Exactly.
So
all right. Well, to end on like a positive note, or at least
Yeah.
positive to me, I'm a big fan of Tool. So you don't know Tool, check them out. They're a great band. Not for everybody, but I think they're phenomenal. They have a really good, interesting take on music, and I enjoy it. But Tool changed their logo to confirm something big for 2019. So the time has finally come for Tool fans. The band has finally confirmed that something is definitely happening in 2019 with the addition of the Roman numerals for 2019 to their logo. Tool fans are just about on the brink of insanity as it's been 13 years since the release of their last album, 10,000 Days. And to make matters even worse, at exactly midnight on April 1st, the band shared a quote-unquote new song video that consisted of 37 minutes of crickets chirping. Then they
Wow.
proceeded to post an additional 4 videos of crickets chirping. No one really knew what to make of it, but Maynard James Keenan seemed to be having a blast watching everyone go into a frenzy. So in February, Keenan gave a ballpark estimate for the album's release date, claiming it should be out in the summer. This came shortly after rejecting drummer Danny Carey's statement that it would be ready by April. So in March, the band announced a handful of tour dates for 2019 in addition to the festival appearance. So they're going to be going Jacksonville, Florida, Birmingham, Alabama, Louisville, Kentucky, Hampton, Virginia, Concord, North Carolina, St. Louis, Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, Lincoln, Nebraska, Des Moines, Iowa,
Des Moines, Iowa.
and Bridgeville, Illinois. So unfortunately, none in Texas, which I would love. I would travel. I would go anywhere in Texas to watch Tool. That's awesome. I would love to see them live. So unfortunately, we don't get that. But it's great if you are a Tool fan. Now, you know it's 10,000 Days, like I said, 13 years ago. So we're finally getting some new music from them, and I'm really interested. I'm really excited. I'm very curious to hear it, and I want to hear it. I'm really excited. I hope they drop it soon.
I remember you talking about the last time. I remember you talking about Tool a couple weeks ago.
I put Sober by Tool was one of my songs of the week,
Yeah.
I believe. And then I do think I had a story for them about them back then as well. But I think that wraps it up for our music news of today. What about our sports news?
So, I mean, on the sports front, not too much. Actually, there's quite a few. Let's just first start off with our bracket. We were wrong. We were completely wrong.
But Tech is
Yeah.
their first ever Final Four appearance.
So me and Bob, we done. We did bad.
Duke lost, Houston lost. I'm out.
Houston lost the first round. Duke won, and then they lost to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot stand Michigan. I have a thing against Michigan, and it's just because of the Larry Nassar thing. I know the football team had nothing to do with it, but I still have an aversion to them, and so it's like, But, so the NCAA men's Final Four, that picture is going to be, it's going to be Michigan, it's going to be Tech, it's going to be Auburn, and it's going to be Virginia.
Man, I hope Tech wins. Just for those Texas boys. Come on.
So, yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I don't have Duke to cheer for anymore, so now I got to go with Tech. I got to go with my with the Texas team.
That's why I was going for Houston all the way, baby.
Yeah, see how that works.
Got to
Jeez.
represent that H at that bottom of the map, baby.
And so Auburn, and it's funny because the seeds are Virginia's the first seed, Auburn's the 5th, Tech's the 3rd, and Michigan's the 2nd. So that's like how they were seeded when they came in. So that's pretty funny that 1, 2, 3, and 5 are in.
Yo, at least it wasn't like an upset. Like, what was it? It was the last year where Duke lost their first game,
Look,
completely destroyed everybody's bracket.
I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, so yeah, Tech and Michigan will play on Saturday at about 7:50, and then Auburn and Virginia will play on Saturday a little after 5. So the winner of those two games will go on and play for the championship. So I'm hoping Tech pulls it out, and I really hope Virginia pulls it out. I'd like to see a good game. I also would really want to see Virginia beat Tech. I really want to see Tech beat Michigan because Michigan's who beat Duke.
Mm-hmm.
And then for our women's bracket, we didn't fill out women's brackets, but we told you guys last week that we would keep you updated on the women's brackets. So we've got a Texas team in the Final Four as well.
Let's go, Baylor.
We got Baylor. So we got Baylor and Oregon playing tomorrow at 6. They're going to be playing Friday. And then we got Connecticut and Notre Dame playing at 8. I think these, I'll watch the men's, but I think these are going to be the games to watch. Baylor has had a phenomenal season. They're ranked number 1. Oregon has had a phenomenal season. Oregon has the NCAA leader in triple doubles, not the NCAA women's
but
leader. Overall
Heck
in
yeah.
triple doubles, dude.
Awesome.
She's so good. So I think, and Baylor has Kim Mulkey. Like, Baylor has just played phenomenal. And, I have an aversion to Baylor's football team. I really do, because of things that have happened. But I definitely support their women's sports, because I think that just like with Michigan, I think that they get a bad rap.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the Lady Bears, but, like, I will say they're one of the most, not necessarily, they're one of the most proficient basketball teams in the nation. Just like college level, D1. But also, they're one of the best programs, and I like that they distinguish themselves from the men's programs.
Right.
Because a lot of people will see a school, and they'll just see the name of the school, and they won't look and see, oh, that's a men's team, or oh, that's the women's team, and they, didn't play so hot, or they have these scandals going on. I think the Baylor women really distinguish themselves pretty well. And so I'm excited to see them go to the Final Four.
I remember Baylor, I don't know if it was like a year or two ago, but they had like that really tall girl.
Brittany Griner. That was a while back. She
showing my age.
Did you say she's your age?
I said showing my age.
Honestly.
I just remember I was like, man, she was a beast.
She's married now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she went and played in the WNBA.
Okay, yeah, I remember. Okay,
she plays for the Phoenix Mercury right now. Yeah. And then she plays in Russia, too. So, she's 28, but she's from H-Town, so.
Represent. That's what I was saying, man. That's how I know about her.
She's actually divorced, so there's that.
Oh, wow.
But her ex-wife plays for the Dallas Wings. So
there you go. Both WNBAs.
Yeah, that's probably how they met.
But you said this. Wait, did you say the Rangers and the Astros are in a series against each other?
They are right now.
Because I can't remember. I left. It was still tied 2-2 in the top of the third, I think, is when I left, because I was at Fuzzy's getting me some tacos.
So the Rangers won yesterday.
Okay.
They played today at 7. And they play in a couple weeks. They play on the 19th at 7, the 20th on
okay, what
Sunday.
About, wait, what day is that game? Because it was 2-2 when I left, so I know it can't be 0-4.
When?
It was like, I don't know, I want to say it was like Tuesday.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know when they played the A's this week.
I don't know.
Oh, this weekend?
No, it was Tuesday. I was watching it. I could easily be wrong. I don't know a ton about baseball. I mean, I do, but I don't at the same time, because I don't keep up with it. I could have been looking at the wrong numbers, but
No, I definitely actually think think that they were playing the Astros this weekend, actually.
Yeah, well, I know I'd seen it, and so I was just kind of confused.
Let's see. They have played. Oh, they're playing the Angels today. They played the Astros on Monday. They played the Astros Monday and Tuesday. You're right. But
okay, yeah,
the Rangers won both those games.
Okay.
Or no, the Astros won Monday. The Rangers won Tuesday.
Ah, dang.
Then the Rangers won yesterday. They played the Astros yesterday.
Still a chance.
So the games that I'm going to are when they play the A's, the A's series. And then I want to go to some Rockies games.
Go ahead, start rooting for your team.
My Matumbo jersey came in, dude.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It looks sweet. I'll send you some pictures of it later.
Go Flex. Go, no.
Not today.
Oh, man. What commercial? I can't remember what commercial
I feel like
that was
it's a Snickers
for.
commercial.
But, man, I remember. That's how I got to know Matumbos, from those. I was like,
from those commercials?
Yeah, because I don't keep up a bunch with NBA, other than, like, Houston.
I do. I like, me, I'm a Raptors fan.
Mm-hmm.
I like, I'll watch the Spurs. I like the Mavericks. And then, I'm going to be a Nuggets fan now, I guess.
You got to be at least you got the Avalanches.
Yeah, there's a lot of sports teams.
You got the Donkeys. You got the
Donkeys.
you got the Rockies. So I mean, you got a pretty good spread of teams to root for. You got like all the sports other than like soccer.
Yeah, and there's some, like, I'm about to get some Rockies, like, probably a hat at least, because there's some games coming up, like, in, not coming up, but, like, there's some games in, like, August, September that I'll be moved in and we'll probably go to, so that'll be pretty fun. But, yeah, that was our week. Thanks for sticking with us, guys. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with another episode of
Wave of the Planet. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe for updates when new episodes drop. And follow our station on Twitter and on Facebook at The Planet 107 to see everything going on at Tarleton Radio.